All right, guys, let's take a look at the Raven Venture 2. Thankfully, he sent over this very cool, uniquely blue dial. Like, we all see a ton of blue dialed watches, but this one is totally different than any other blue one I've seen. That plays with the light. Natural light, I think it looks probably the best. So the thumbnail to this video will be a picture of this blue dial in its natural light. So unfortunately, I can't do any video outside for you guys, or I suppose I could, but I'm not going to. It's like 9 degrees outside and I'm not going out there. So we're just going to take a look at it like this. Hopefully you guys can get a good perspective of what we're looking at here. So you can see on that dial there, I guess we'll call it it's not really a matte blue dial. It's somewhere in between, I guess, maybe a satin blue dial. But it really looks good with that polished handset that he used. And then a little bit of pop of yellow around the outside of each printed indice there. And then, of course, where the Venture is printed, just above that automatic 300 meters. And, of course, this is the date model. I'm not sure if he makes a no date. I think these are all date models. I could be wrong on that. I'll put a link to the Raven website in the description. Definitely check it out. But quick read on there, you'll see that your options are, I don't think he made a ton of these. I think 50 of these blue ones and 50 of the black dial. The black dial, as cool as the blue dial is, the black dial is also really cool because he used a blue seconds hand and it really pops on that black dial. So definitely check that out and try to narrow down your choice. So let's start off with some dimensions of the case. I measure 42 millimeter. And then lug to lug is 49.9, so just under 50. You do have drilled lug tips, and you can see they kind of turn down. This thing is fully brushed, so it's going to be perfect for everyday wear. The thickness is 13.8, and that includes that domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the underside. So at any angle, you're going to see very legible watch. Lug width is 22 millimeter, and you have a really nice drastic taper on this bracelet down to an 18 millimeter. Now this is the clasp that it is shipped on, or at least this one was, which is the same as like that Endeavor one where you have, well, it is different. I take that back. The Endeavor one, you have to slide this forward to get the dive extension. This one, you just have double pushers. So it is slightly different, but very similar. However, they include a more traditional type clasp that most of us are used to on a lot of these watches that we buy, that has a simple fold over double pusher and it's all milled out. Very nice clasp. I didn't want to put this on right now. I may put it on and show you guys, but I mean, you guys kind of know. You have the 3 micro adjust. I think it balances out fine with the bigger clasp, the dive extension clasp, but I personally prefer the smaller clasp, which I think it would still balance out fine. So there is that. You have, of course, a really nice signed screw down crown, and the traction on it is just superb. So, and you have probably one of the better pops. I mean, it is, boom, it jumps out there when you get it fully unthreaded. So, and of course, you're going to have a hack, hand wind, and all that stuff. This is the ETA 2824, so all of that stuff is pretty much standard. And then for threading it in, a little bit of push, and just thread it right in. I have not found a need to back thread on this to get it to drop down into the threads. The threads are really good. So the bezel on this one is a coin edge bezel, and then this one has the stainless steel insert, but you can get it with a ceramic insert if you want. And that all that information will be on their website. I'll put a link in the description. The bezel action on this is like you would expect on a mid to high end micro brand. So it's 120 click, and everything lines up, and it's just perfection. There's no play in it. I mean, it's what you would expect when you're buying a watch like this. Everything is just sorted out. You don't have to worry about anything. You have screw links on the bracelet. The bracelet is really nice. It articulates very well. It almost acts like it has individual pieces. I mean, it does, but it won't fold back on itself just because it's so tight. There's not a ton of flex in it. But I will say when I sized it, the screw links, they didn't feel super tight, and I didn't see any thread lock on there. So when you buy one of these, I suggest 2 things. One, either keep an eye on your screws for the screw links here. Just maybe tighten them up a bit, or go ahead and pull them out, put a little bit of purple Loctite in them, throw them in there, and you'll never have to worry about them again. The other thing is the threads on them are really good. They're a little more aggressive than what I've seen on some other watch, bracelets. So I think I would highly advise when you're putting when you're putting it back together, back thread it until you feel it drop into that thread and then thread it in. You will have zero problems with potential cross threading. So just a little word of advice on that. So let's take a look at the case back here. It's fairly sterile. It just has the Raven logo there, and then I'm assuming that's some sort of serial number. I'm not sure. Solid end links, and of course you do have that center link that articulates, so you're going to get that ever so popular with me personally, the flat layback on the bracelet. So that's going to be for extreme comfort. I'll give you a little wrist shot here real quick. I took 2 links out of one side and 1 out of another, and it fits perfect on my 7 1/4. So if you have 7 or larger wrist, you're going to be able to wear this watch with ease. So I think it is a very, very comfortable watch. I'm not sure. Well, I'm almost positive you're going to have to change up sizing if you're going to switch to this other clasp, because it is, it's a totally different style clasp. If I were going to own it and wear it, I personally would probably try this guy out. And of course, this thing is going to be a strap monster too. Towards the end here, I don't have a ton of straps to choose from right now. I need to get some more Haveston straps, especially in a 22. It seems like I'm getting a slew of 22 mil watches in right now, and I only had the 20 mil Havestons. But I do have this Watch Steward strap, so maybe I'll toss that on towards the end of the video and make the video super long. So here's the links that I pulled out. You can see here. They're super flexible and everything like that. So, but really, really finely made. They're nice. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. This is Gw9 Loom. So let me give you a loom shot so that way you can get out of here if you don't want to see the strap change at the end here. There you go. Very well done loom, heavy application, so it'll last a very long time, and it has that cool blue color to it. So definitely a good job there with the Raven Venture 2. So at some point, hopefully I'll see the Trekker. So, because now I've already seen the Endeavor, I've seen the Venture, and I need to see the Trekker at some point. So the price tag on this guy is $720 if I didn't mention. So, but they are limited quantities. There's only 50 blue and 50 black. So very cool. So if you want to see the Watch Steward strap on it, I'm going to pause the video right now. You will not see any pause in it because it'll just flow right into it. There you go, guys. That's on the Watch Steward strap. It gives it a nice elasticity to it, and it's very comfortable, and it does not add any thickness to the watch. I think this coloration goes really good with the blue. Honestly, it'd probably work with most dials because it's kind of subtle either way. So I also forgot to mention that Raven does include extra spring bars when they send you your watch too. So I was able to keep the spring bars on the bracelet, and you could put some keepers in there or something, throw it off to the side, so that way you don't have to worry about it. So they give you everything you pretty much need. They know most of us are gonna either wear it on the bracelet or throw a NATO on there or do straps, Watch Steward strap or Erica's original or something like that. You're gonna play around with it one way or another. So this is another really good option for wearing this, and the distance from the case to the spring bar, they give you enough room that you can do NATOs or do whatever you want. So very, very good design. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks, Raven, for sending these watches over for us all to check out.